Alright, so I'm going to talk to you about my journey into veterinary school. So, I'm like most people in that, like, when I was, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7, however old, I decided that I wanted to be a veterinarian, or I said that I wanted to be a veterinarian without really thinking about what it took to become a veterinarian. So, I pretty much told everyone from get-go, I want to be a veterinarian. I want to be a veterinarian. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a veterinarian. When I got to undergrad, I wanted to be a veterinarian. That's what I told everyone. That was my story. That's what everyone remembers about me, is that from get-go, I told them that I wanted to be a veterinarian. So fast forward to after graduation, and BT Dubs, my major was in sociology with a double minor in chemistry and Spanish. I was everywhere, no biology major. I'm currently a third year in vet school. I'm doing just fine. Lowest grade that I've made to date has been a B, which I'm not really happy about, but whatever. So anyway, I wasn't the best of students in undergrad. And then when I graduated, I traveled to Ecuador. I have a video on here somewhere talking about my preparations for that. I stayed there for almost 5 months. And while I was there, I started to question whether I really wanted to go to veterinary school because, like I said, I wasn't the best student. My science grades were kind of crappy. Not all of them, just some of them. I had quite a big number of C's. And not every class was a C. But a lot of them. I said like 5. I had like 5 or 6 C's, which is a lot. So I got back from Ecuador and I started to question whether I wanted to go. My original plan was to get back, take a post-bac, retake organic chemistry, retake physics, take some higher level biochem, biology classes to show that I'm capable of doing this thing, and then apply. Got back, didn't want to do that. I moved home, which was very humbling. Moved home for 5 months with my parents. I worked at Bath and Body Works and a local lawyer's office to see if I wanted to get into the paralegal field, or if there was something there for me, just to make sure, to explore my options. It wasn't. Not really a retail person. So then I moved to a city that's about 30 minutes from my hometown, about 15 minutes from where I went to undergrad. Got an apartment with one of my best friends, and I worked. I worked at first for an addictions doctor. Then I worked for, and I was babysitting, and I was volunteering at the local museum. I was just trying to keep myself busy, make sure that if I was spending time, that I was, number one, having fun, living life, because that's important, especially since I was like 23 at the time. Yeah, I was like 23 at the time. I'm 27 now. So I just wanted to make sure that I was like enjoying life, doing everything that I thought that you should do when you're 20. So I traveled. I took trips to New York, LA, Las Vegas, Atlanta, DC. I'm missing someplace. I don't remember. But I took a lot of trips, a lot of interstate trips as well. Intrastate trips. So I went to the beach, I went to the mountains, all that good stuff. And I started working for a research lab with animals because I was thinking to myself, if I do want to go to vet school, I guess that I should try to diversify my animal experience, because I was working with cats and dogs. And I wanted to work with other animals besides volunteering with the llamas, goats, alpacas, whatever, at the local zoo / science center. So I started working with rats and mice, and there was when I really decided that I wanted to go. Yeah, so I did that. I let everyone know that I wanted to go. I met some good veterinarians along the way. I was able to get some good references, and it worked out. Now, while I was doing all of this, finding my way, I had 2 more prereq classes to take. I had to take genetics, and I had to take animal nutrition. Before I officially decided that I wanted to go back, I wanted to make sure that I had all my bases covered, just in case I still wanted to be a veterinarian. So I paid for both of those classes out of pocket. It was kind of foolish and a risky decision at the time, but I figured if it ever came down to the wire and I really wanted to go and be a veterinarian, I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to let 2 classes hold me back. And just in case I decided to get a public health, like master's in public health, or do something like that, I felt like genetics and animal nutrition really wouldn't hurt me. So I took animal nutrition at a local college, and I paid for it out of pocket. It was $1,200, and I just worked and paid in payments. And I took animal nutrition online, and that one was a little bit cheaper. So thank God for that. Yeah, so I mean, getting into veterinary school is very hard, and some people say that getting in is the hardest part, but I do not agree. I think getting in is half the battle, or maybe I'll say like 30% of the battle. 70% of the battle is getting through. Yeah, so I guess I'll stop there. And what I want to say with this is you don't have to have perfect grades. You don't have to be a perfect student. You don't have to go straight through. Actually, I suggest not going straight through, because if you weren't the best student and you managed to get in, I think you should take some time off. And even if you were the best student, I think you should, if you don't take time off, at least that summer before, everyone wants to work. Everyone wants to make money. But at the end of the day, unless you're making like $10,000 that summer, it ain't going to be worth it. You need to enjoy your time. You need to take trips, domestic trips. Don't go international and blow your savings, because you might need that one day. But just take that summer off and have fun. Don't stress about the small stuff. And I will say, apply smart. If you have an in-state veterinary college, apply to that. If you are applying to out-of-state places and you don't hit their prereqs, don't apply to them. Do not waste your money. It is very expensive. I only applied to 2 schools, and I still ended up spending like almost $1,000. Because to apply to 2 schools with the VMCAS is $300. Then to get, okay, maybe $1,000 is exaggerating. It was over 5, leaning towards 1,000. Because to apply to 2 schools, it was $254. Then to get my scores sent out, it was like $75. And then you had supplemental applications for each one. They're like $50 a piece. Yeah. So maybe that's my math. Y'all gotta excuse me. Semester just ended. So that's it. Just, don't rush with vet school. Don't feel like you have to go straight through. You don't want to burn out. And it's very easy. So I guess I'll come back with one more video about first year and second year, and what you can do to help yourself focus and all the other stuff. I'll probably upload it right after this one. And I look crazy. So I hope this helps someone.